What's good, racing world? This is Matt Dobbs, aka Mr. Matt Racing, here to bring you a new edition of Fast Friday. Now let me talk to you. NASCAR this week is coming to my hometown of Las Vegas. The trucks are off again this week, but they'll be back next week at Darlington. We have the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series and the Cup Series in action this week. Now the drivers are ready to gamble their lives away out here. But for the O'Reilly Series, the field is going to have their hands full because they're going against 4 drivers from the house that is the Cup Series. We have Cole Custer driving the 0 for SS Greenlight. We have Connor Zilisch driving the 1 for Junior Motorsports. We have Chase Briscoe driving the 19 for Joe Gibbs Racing. And in the 88 for Junior Motorsports is the reigning, defending, undisputed Cup Series champion of NASCAR, Kyle Larson. Now, the question, of course, is going to be, who's going to win this week? Well, my honest pick, I got to pick Kyle Larson. This is a kind of racetrack that suits Larson's driving style. He loves to rim ride the wall, and with him being in a fast car like the 88, which, by the way, he already won with that car last year at Texas when he filled in for an injured Connor Zilisch. The field, like I said, they're going to have their hands full with this one. Because Larson is definitely, I'm not going to say boss mode per se, but when it comes to the O'Reilly Series and the cars that are driven over there, it is so hard to bet against this guy. You might as well just post the big blind, or better yet, shove all your chips in on the 88. Because trust me, he is going to be tough. So if I were you, put all the chips on 88. Now for the Cup Series, race number 5 of the Cup season. And I'm not even going to lie to you, I think Chevrolet may have a bounce back this week. They've been fast out here the last several times with the next-gen car. They just haven't had the results to show for it. In particularly, I'm looking at the Hendrick Motorsports camp as being potential suitors for victory. Kyle Larson ran great in both races here last season. It was the spring race that he had the most trouble in, but it was the fall race where he was in contention late before having to concede second place to Denny Hamlin. Chase Elliott has had his struggles in the next-gen car out here, but has only had bad finishes because he's been making mistakes on pit road. If the 9 team can clean it up, then I would expect the 9 to be a contender. For the 48, Alex Bowman is out for the second straight week as he continues to recover from vertigo. This week will be Justin Allgaier in the 48. I'm expecting top 20 from Allgaier. He filled in for Kyle Larson at the Coke 600 and drove that car to a 13th place finish back in 24. So, as far as I'm concerned, Allgaier, he's got the experience. He's with a good team to do it. So I would definitely look for the 48 to be at least in the front part of the pack. Then you have the 24, William Byron. Let's face it, he had a great points day going a year ago in the fall race until he had that stolen from him by a very boneheaded attempted pit road entry from Ty Dillon. Flashing back a little bit, the 10, at the time Ty Dillon, he tried to make a pit stop under green, but he was checking up almost a pit road speed, about a lane and a half up from the bottom, and poor William Byron had nowhere to go and plowed right into the back of him. It ruined both of their days, and it forced Byron into a must-win situation, which luckily he was able to get the job done in Martinsville just a couple weeks later. But either way, Hendrick has been fast out here in Vegas. So I'm looking for them to be the favorite organization as far as who's going to win. And on a side note, it was announced this week that Legacy Motor Club will be expanding to a 3-car team in 2027. And the way I look at it, I like the expansion, but the problem I have with it is, why expand when your current cars are not competing on raw speed right now, as it is? You have John Hunter Nemechek and Eric Jones as the 2 full-time drivers for Legacy Motor Club. And those 2 right now are struggling to be up in the front part of the pack. They're struggling just to get into the top 10 without some sort of carnage happening throughout the field or any sort of strategy play. And yet here we are expanding to a third car on a full-time basis starting in 2027. I'm no expert, but I feel that we need to get those cars faster before we start expanding the organization. But hey, if that's going to help the team get better, then by all means go for it. But that's just the way I see it. Got to get faster first before we grow. I want to know what you think. Who do you think is going to win Saturday? Will it be a Cup driver going to victory lane? Or will a series regular get the job done in the O'Reilly series? And then who is going to hit the jackpot this Sunday in the Cup race? Let me know down in the comments below. And while you're at it, leave a like, share this video, subscribe for more content, and then stay tuned for the next edition of Time Trial Tuesday as we go over this weekend's events. See you on the road.